So let's get to that. One of the things that I can tell you since I recently purchased a car, comparing different trim levels or different models within the same OEM was very difficult to do on a website. It's almost felt like I was taking notes. I couldn't see things side by side. I couldn't see payments side by side.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I'm a data junkie. Our team, we make decisions off data. And what we found, because we're integrated with VMSs, Brian, we can see matchback sales. So I can see, okay, Brian Pasch submitted a lead on a Nissan Altima, but he ended up buying a Nissan Rogue, let's say. And what we saw is the percentage of people that ended up buying a vehicle that they submitted a lead on was low. It was like less than 50%. So we were taking these customers down this really narrow funnel toward a vehicle. And that customer most of the time didn't end up buying that specific vehicle. So we said, well, what if we created a way where we can have a comparison engine and a customer can go in there and say, okay, well, this vehicle, I want to see what 60 months does. And this one, maybe I'll sacrifice an extra 12 months and go 72, or change all of them at once just to kind of, just to compare. When I look at the future, what I believe is of digital retailing, it's to have this kind of garage that a customer can store their vehicles in, curate a list of vehicles, not just on Dealer Inspire websites, but potentially on a website like cars.com, right? We have integration with a huge marketplace. So it's this virtual garage that kind of passes from one site to the next. And in the future, I also think the shared garage could be essentially like a shared wallet where you can store service information in there and so forth.
So, Joe, let's talk about what you're seeing in the field. One of the biggest, I'd say, gaps right now that dealers are telling me is the connection of what's done online to in the store. That the consumers being asked questions that are almost like a traditional road to the sale meet and greet, and the consumer's looking at them with cross-eyed and said, I did a lot of work online. Do you know what I did?
Yeah, so this is why I love having conversations with you, because you remind me of things we have in our tools right now, or why we did certain things, right? So Online Shopper Electric is just that. You can pull up a dealer's website, go to it, and we went away from like the notion of a customer having to create a username and password. What it does is customer can put in their telephone number or their email address, and it shoots them a code, like a two-factor authentication code, right? But there's no password. So that code is their password. So there's not a lot of friction to be able to walk into a dealership and pull up that deal. And a salesperson can have that on their iPad. They can have that on a kiosk. They can have it on really any computer, anywhere, even on their mobile phone, and pull up that customer's deal by their phone number or email address.
That's awesome.